Hello guys, we are going to start the OET writing. First of all, we have 45 minutes time in total in your writing task, and the first 5 minutes you are not allowed to write anything anywhere. Even you cannot pick the pen. I cannot mark anything on the case notes. Then we have 40 minutes time. The case notes will remain in front of you, and you can complete the writing task in coming 40 minutes time. So the most important thing is to understand the marking criteria. Unfortunately, most of the students, they just try to have a template of the writing task without understanding the marking criteria and ended up with a failure. So here we are going to discuss about the marking criteria in detail. First of all is the purpose of writing. So what we have in the purpose of writing, a common myth, the students just label introduction as purpose. It's not the case, though your purpose or reason of writing has to be clear in the introduction. But I could define the purpose of writing as a focus of writing. So we'll try to explain what we have in the purpose of writing. Always see who is the receiving person, who is the recipient. For the sake of example, if I am writing this letter to cardiologist, district nurse, physiotherapist, ward nurse, or endocrinologist, and so on, you have to put yourself in that person's shoes specifically. Okay, let's first say what is the issue. What I mean by the issue, if we are referring the patient, we are suspecting AMI, right? We are having the problem with the range of motion, and we are writing for the help to we are writing this letter to a physiotherapist so that he can pay a home visit in order to help the patient to improve his range of mobility, or maybe to a district nurse or for any discharge plan, let's say wound care, for the medicine compliance, and so on. And if we are suspecting diabetes mellitus, and we are referring to the endocrinologist for further assessment and management. Moving on to the discharge plan. So in discharge plan, let's say if it's a discharge letter, we might be writing to a nurse for a wound care, for a home visit. Now in case of follow-up, if you are writing this letter to the doctor for the medicine compliance, because in medicine, discharge plan is always being written to the general practitioner, your own physician, so past history might not be relevant in this case. Anyhow, the next thing is the selection of case notes. So what we have in the selection of case notes, you have to see what points are relevant and what points are irrelevant. So relevant point should be written no matter what. Irrelevant point should not be written no matter what. Students are confused with this skills like conciseness and clarity, just number of words. They believe that you have to complete your writing task in 180 to 200 words, although it is important, but not at the cost of missing something relevant. So it has to be you have to keep this thing in mind, that you should not miss anything relevant. Anyhow, semi-relevant is kind of optional thing, like you can write and you can omit as well. The third criteria is the organization of the case notes. So in organization of the case notes, we have to see where to write which thing. Like we will see that we have certain things that has to be kept in your mind. Sequence of events is quite important rather than sequence of the case notes. It has been seen, like when we are assessing our students, our student has been taking classes from different areas of the world. So what we have seen, the common mistake either is a Pakistani student or maybe Indian student or maybe Egyptian, Jordanian, we also have a student from Iraq. This has been a same mistake by the student, that they follow the sequence of the case notes, and it's a major mistake. You have to keep in your mind the focus of writing, the purpose of writing. So sequence of the case notes might not be always the right sequence. So this is the criteria that might not allow you to make a standard pattern. You can patternize some letter, but there is no standard pattern. You can patternize this letter with reference to the importance of the information. We can also have a concept regarding the emergency referral. Yeah, it's appropriate to start from the major thing, the acute issue, but not always. You have to see the case. If your case would not allow you to start from that particular event due to any reason, you might not start be inclined toward this point of view, that I have to start the emergency referral no matter what from the acute from the acute presentation. Okay. Anyhow, then we have the progression of problem. Normally a referral letter do follow this format. It's a progression of problem. Okay. Anyhow, so we do have the second criteria, that is your conciseness and clarity. In terms of conciseness and clarity, we can see that there is some information that you have to summarize. So a trick is the relevant information, if it's relevant, but less relevant, you have to summarize. And specifically, if we have a relevant, acute presentation, last visit details should be expanded. Now, we can see that in expansion, specifically discharge plan, you have to expand it. Today visit, you have to expand it. Now we have genre and style. In genre and style, like we have tone, like you have to have a formal tone, polite tone, no matter what, to whom you're writing this letter. It is a technical writing. Try to understand that. So do not include any shorthands, right? Do not use any abbreviation. And yes, it is important for you to transform, keeping the person to whom you're writing this letter. Last but not least is the language component. So in the language component, what we can see that you have to incorporate the right tense, that is the demand of the case notes, like if it's written in the present simple, past perfect, present continuous, present perfect continuous, according to the case notes, you have to select the right tense. We have seen in most of the letter, past simple is one of the majorly used tense along with the past perfect and present perfect tense. So you have to develop your skill in these areas. And last part is sentences. So we have maybe simple, compound, complex, and then we have clauses, clause of contrast, clause of purpose, clause of reason, and so on. And the parts of speech, punctuation, everything included in the language part. So these are 6 basic criteria. You have to understand them before you can write this letter, okay? So I hope this would be helpful for you. Now we are moving on toward the next part, that are the types of letter I'll be discussing with you, okay?